Hey, welcome back to the Disney Dudes podcast. We have been away for quite a while. Where
Yes.
have we been? Where have we been? What has happened? A lot has transpired.
We've been to hell.
Okay.
No, we haven't been to hell.
Easy. Wow.
We've been
Just jumping right in.
to Disney World. Our trips to Disney World are going to be debunked and explained in this episode.
Okay. Well, it is quite a hot topic. You and I have been commiserating back and forth, communicating,
Yes.
kind of updating, because things have kind of trickled down, so to speak. Things have changed based on we've had a chance to kind of chew the fat a little bit, kind of look at the hindsight and realize, oh, it is 2020 based on the experience. And did everything meet, exceed, or even get close to the expectation? I don't know, but we're going to get into it, right? We're going to get into it.
We're going to get into it.
Especially you, but I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
There are some new updates in the world of Disney, right? Some new updates. Did you see that they are actually quite a bit? December 5th, they're going to be opening up the World Garden Showcase, whatever.
Yes.
They're going to be
With new
removing the
statue.
walls. Yes.
That looks cool.
The statue looks cool, and I love the fact they point out that if you look at the perspective with it there and the trees behind it, it's a little off-center.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I thought it was cool. I saw the picture tonight of Walt Disney statue sitting there.
Yeah.
And so if you want to sit next to it, it's a perfect picture because you even it out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's perfect because it has the big spaceship Earth, the big ball, right behind it. So, I mean, I think that was very well done.
It's a good move. It's the right move. It only took how many years?
Oh, what, 8 years, 8 years to get it straight?
Give or take. The past 5 trips to Disney that I've been to, the walls have been up. No, 4 trips.
It's been
past 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
Since 2019.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 4 or 5 trips since we've been. And given all that, they announced that. They did announce the new Zootopia land at Shanghai Disney.
Okay.
At Shanghai Disneyland. And they have a brand new, not just brand new land, because they just opened up Arendelle for the World of Frozen at Tokyo Disneyland. This one, they have a brand new ride. What have you seen anything? Because they just released the press release. They just released the trailer for it. It's opening up, I think, not December 5th, like December 20th. It's in December, towards like mid to late December. They showed a sneak preview. Actually, they had a full POV experience.
Really?
For the brand new Zootopia ride, dark ride. They have a Zootopia dark ride, and I would love to put it on the screen, get your perspective, but it's like 3 minutes long, and I'm going to save you a little bit of time on that one. It's called Zootopia Hot Pursuit.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
But I want to ask you one thing. Have you ridden Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway?
Yes.
Okay. Then you have essentially ridden this ride. It is a carbon copy of that ride down to a T.
Oh my gosh.
It is a carbon copy.
God,
it's a carbon copy. It is a copy paste of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I'm serious. You interact with different screens. They have different interactive features. The first scene that you come into contact with
is Mickey and Minnie in the car hitting the little track.
Exactly. So I'm going to save you a lot of time. I said to myself as I watched it during my lunch break today, I said, there's no way. Because, there's a scene where you go down the waterfall in the car. They had that exact same scene when they're in the rainforest area or land of Zootopia, and you're free falling with Officer Hops and the fox, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You're falling down. It's the exact same thing. It's like Remy's Ratatouille ride.
Oh, I'm in the rainforest right now.
Yep. Remy's Ratatouille ride and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway hadn't had an illegitimate child.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what it is.
Oh my God.
There is zero creativity. Now, the animatronic for the llama, who is voiced by Shakira, is pretty impressive. It's at the very end of the ride. You go to her concert. You get to interact with.
Right there.
You see that?
Wow,
That's impressive. That's impressive. You do see that, right? You're one of the first people to see it. They just released it today.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's the only part of it that is unique. You know, similar to the animatronic of the Avatar.
Yeah.
Did you
see what it said across from where she's dancing and singing?
No.
It says try everything.
The hits just keep coming. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Try everything. But it looks cool, but at the same time, it looks like the press release or the video of them people like interacting in the Zootopia land. It looks like a bunch of furries.
That's not bad.
That's an animatronic?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give them credit. Animatronics are good.
A+.
Doesn't look good.
No effort.
No
effort. And that leads into Bob Iger.
Yeah.
Bob Iger did reinforce. He did say today in an interview with USA Today, he did say that he is officially going to be stepping down in 2026. We knew it was inevitable. We knew that process was more than likely going to be happening in 2025, but he's going to be announcing a successor in 2025.
I only hope that it's not. I'm not going to say I don't want it to be Josh tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that I don't want it to be anybody that's there right now, because I've written some letters recently and I don't want to jeopardize those. I mean, they don't watch the podcast, most likely, but
no, they don't. But I will say this. For you, because you're in hot pursuit of our main theme. But I do want to say there is at least, even if it is lip service, I want to believe in this. I want to trust in this. Bob Iger says that creators at Disney have lost sight of what their jobs should be.
Yeah.
Entertain first, not messages. Not these undertones, not these political, the woke, the this, whatever it is. Force feeding these androgynous, intergender. Now, there is a place for everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
we're all for inclusion. But
what is your number one demographic with these movies? These not just
kids,
not just PG-13 movies, but we're talking Pixar, cartoon.
Kids.
Your
Exactly.
kids are, my kids are impressionable. Your kids are right there. Wellesley is right there. Your oldest daughter,
right
prime
there.
target.
Oh yeah.
She's going to be asking, what, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that normal? That looks normal. Daddy, I have a new girlfriend. Her name is Mike. No? Jesus Christ. But
no, I couldn't agree more with you. I think, they need to stop. I've often heard some people, conservative people, and it doesn't have to be conservative people, but liberal, conservative, I don't care what you are.
Sure.
But I've often heard when basketball players or NFL players they take a stand on something, politically, other people say, sit down, you're not getting paid for your opinion. You're getting paid to perform and play your sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost the same thing. That's how I feel. That's going to be a hot take on that. You're there to transform Disney. You're there to transform a place that is an imaginary land that you go to get away from your life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what people are paying for.
He did add this. He adds that stories infused with positive messages so the world can be great, but that shouldn't be the primary job. Whatever happened to, and I'm not talking about the prince, saving the day for the princess, Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
Where's the creativity? Where's the fun? Talking about the copy-paste job for the new Zootopia Dark Ride. I mean, give me a damn break.
Yeah. It's
another
example.
It's
almost like the new Imagineers don't have imagination.
Well, yet again, look at that generation.
Exactly.
Look at that generation.
I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Yeah.
I can say that you and I are kind of close to the same generation.
Yeah.
I'm closer to the other one as well.
Sure.
The new one that's coming up.
Zennials, is that, or is there one past?
The one that's right before.
Yeah.
Or not right before my generation, but right after my generation.
Yeah.
They're the late 20s, mid to late 20s, that generation. To me, is the ruination of what's going on.
Yeah.
Are they
entitled?
Entitled, and we'll get into it because I've got loads of stories from the trip based on that.
Okay.
And you can attest to a couple of them because you and I have talked about it.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. The last thing, because Disney did the last thing that came out today, and then we'll jump right in. Disney did pull their advertising from Twitter, X, whatever. Elon Musk said this, and he quotes, "Don't advertise. If someone's going to try and blackmail me with advertising," Musk said, "go fuck yourself." Is that clear, Bob? Hey, if you're in the audience, that's how I feel. Because it is like a weekly Q&A on the website, like a live feed type thing. Told Bob Iger, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
If you're going to pull ads, hey. It feels like everything's kind of, at least with this episode and everything that's kind of come out today, it's 100% justified.
Yeah.
It is 100% justified.
It really is.
And I'm only going to get, because you have more in-depth, you have a more visceral, a real, because when you told me about that, I was like, no, really? Dang. I mean, I thought I had a couple of complaints, but damn.
Yeah.
The main problem couple of things, like my room. My room is clean.
We're getting straight. We're going straight.
We're jumping in. We're jumping in. Here are my complaints.
Go.
My complaints are minimal. Mine are petty.
Yeah.
Mine can easily be fixed with just turning a frown upside down. They could easily, make the magic.
Yeah.
In that situation, right? I ran out of that H2O plus body soap. I was very sad because it smells. It is sea salt.
Yeah.
It is I look forward to that. I try to find some. I don't even know what product on the market is comparable, because you can't buy that stuff.
Yeah.
You can't bottle it. But I ran out of it the last day.
You can buy it at the cast member connections.
Oh.
You have to have cast member.
Exactly. Well, that being said, that was one minor, teeny bitty, itty bitty complaint. Turned out service fine. Great drinks, great bartenders, great pool, great experience. Resort wise, I could not complain. It was the best.
It's Port Orleans
French Quarter. Yeah, it was moderate.
The best resort.
Saved money. Oh, beyond belief. Loved it. Best experience. Loved it. You can never go, because you went out of your way to go to and rub it in my face when you went to French Quarter and got your beignets.
Yes. Oh, that's another addition to everything. Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I would much rather, honestly, I've said it on this podcast before, I would much rather stay at French Quarter than where we stay.
I understand. I see why. The past 3 times that I've been to Disney, I've stayed there.
Yeah.
At French Quarter. In the past, going on 2 years. Yeah. You literally, it transcends space and time. You literally are on vacation. You immerse, whatever. Just like the Riviera. Or Bay Lake Tower. Anyway, foreshadow. No, so the beginning of the week was pretty good. My experience at Disney overall, had a great time.
Yeah.
Service was great. Restaurants were great. Now I'm in a different situation because maybe I have more children, but yet again, I'm older. I've had more time to do the nasty with my wife, to kind of hit it and quit it. Right. But you can't quit it because you knock them up. But are you back? You with me? Good.
Yeah, I'm back.
But towards the end of the week, and it wasn't that I was tired, but it was Friday, our last Friday, and that was the day before you left, to come down, and we did Jollywood Nights. I'm not about to touch that with 10 foot pole quite yet.
Hold on, no. We just left on Friday.
Y'all left on. That's right. Y'all stayed in Myrtle Beach, coming down.
No,
y'all stayed in Myrtle Beach, or Savannah?
Brunswick, Georgia.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, actually, you came a little further. So
Yeah, we
halfway
did.
down Georgia. Nice.
Yeah.
That's progress. Look at y'all.
It is.
I don't know what you did to make that happen, but whatever.
We could have.
I mean,
we could have. Let me tell you, we left at 8.
Yep.
We got to Brunswick, Georgia at 5 o'clock. We could have made it.
You could have made it that night.
At least Jacksonville, if not Daytona, by 7:30ish, and been
And
an hour away.
made the remaining trip. You could have slept in.
Yeah.
Could have taken your time.
Yep.
All right. That being said, Friday rolls around, right? Our last, we hadn't been to Hollywood Studios in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, at least to enjoy the park. Family was there. Kids were excited because Toy Story Land and Star Wars, right? Yeah. Galaxy's Edge. And I couldn't wait.
And they're old enough and they're tall enough to ride all the rides. And stuff.
Everything. And they were in Mason. The one ride he wanted to ride was Rock and Roller Coaster because he was too short last time around. And when he was 5, he was just that short. That kid, you thought the sky was falling. His whole world fell apart. Yeah. And I felt bad for the kid, but I looked at him and I was like, suck it up. You pussy. But no, I didn't say that. But no, it was one of those where he was looking forward to it. And we did set up Genie Plus.
Okay.
We set up Genie Plus. And as soon as we got there, we understood that we weren't trying to go nuts. We weren't trying to rope drop. We did rope drop, but we didn't rush to Rise of the Resistance.
Right.
But we did go straight to Galaxy's Edge. Right. Yeah. We went straight left to Galaxy's Edge. And the line for Rise of the Resistance was all the way back to like Muppets 3D. To be expected. But for 3/4 of the day, it was either offline, temporarily shut down.
Yep.
Or it had just come back, or they just had fixed the ride, so to speak. And that was kind of hit or miss. And so I definitely didn't make that as much of a priority. I love that ride. I've done it once. I'd love to do it again. And I thought I was going to do it again the next night for Jollywood Nights, but that's a whole other situation. But by 2 o'clock, we were at 1 o'clock. We were at Baseline Tap House.
Yeah,
we rode Star Tours 10-minute. That was the first ride we did on the way to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah,
and had like a 5-10 minute wait. I was like, this is not bad. I'm ready for this. We have Genie Plus. We have a lightning lane, and there was something wrong with the system. We could not get a lightning lane for Hollywood Tower of Terror until like 1 o'clock. We booked it and we were trying to book something, and apparently there was I don't know what it was, but we had a terrible experience. After we rode Tower of Terror, we essentially didn't ride anything else because the lightning lanes, it blocked everything out. I don't know if it's sold out. They had a glitch in the system. We didn't get a refund. I probably could have gone to a cast member and said, hey, what's the problem? Can I get a refund? I'm sure they would have refunded me my money.
Yeah.
Right? Because we only did it for just 5 of us. No, 6 of us.
Include that in that thing that I told you need to write.
Because I'm sure they can go back to the service logs or whatever that day. Guaranteed. There's no getting around that.
No.
They have records of that. But given that, we still had a great time meeting characters, went to the Hollywood Brown Derby for the first time, had a great time with that. Great food, great drinks. But there was a point when we were sitting at Baseline Tap House and we were trying to get a lightning lane. It was the hottest day, whatever. I can't control the weather. I can get
Congratulations. It was a hot day for you.
It was a hot day. I was sweating buckets. I was like, my God, this is just the hottest day ever. But if it rained, that would have been nice, Just a little bit of rain, like a couple of drops would have like cut the humidity just a little bit. But I couldn't handle rain for like multiple days. That would suck. But this mic on?
Yeah, it is.
This mic on? Tap, tap. Okay. On. But there was a moment we were in the little front. We had finally got our beers, charcuterie board. We double-fisted, that's what she said, our drinks, right? Because the line was out the wazoo for Baseline Tap House. And according to Rick, Walt Disney World Beer Guys, it's a pretty laid-back bar, and it is. It's got a great vibe to it. But I'm telling you, man, the park, we sat there and tried to do some people watching because we're trying to figure out our next move. I'm telling you something. It was an absolute zoo.
Yep.
It was terrible. I have never seen that many people in the park. It was, and it never quit.
Yeah.
It never quit.
Yeah.
and we could not go from point A to point B. There was a 45-minute wait to meet Edna Mode. I mean, what the hell is that? I mean, I mean, I love characters. We had a great time. Hello, darling. That. I mean, she's a great character, but what?
You could have met her at Jollywood's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could have, but not without my kids. I chose to do the adult thing that night.
Gotcha. I hear you.
Because kids are expensive. But that was that Friday. That sucked. And then Saturday, when I got to see the old man Billy Corrigan perform with Smashing Pumpkins, I had no clue who that was. The next day in Magic Kingdom, the last day, because they were filming for the Christmas special, right?
Right.
And I got to see.
That was what you saw. Was actually they were filming for the Christmas Day parade.
Oh, no, well, the Smashing Pumpkins performance in front of the castle, and then I did see the, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but my brain says fat chick, but the plus size woman,
Chrissy Metz from This Is Us.
I saw her. I did see her from a distance.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see her. Got a picture from her. She was hard to miss.
Yes. That was for the Christmas Day parade.
Got it.
We watched the Christmas special on Sunday, and then we watched a part of it last night as well. And weren't really blown away with it. I really wish we had gone because it would have been cool to just been in the audience for it. But yeah, I had a patient today that told me that they had a friend that was actually there, and they put him on the TV, put him on ABC, and so they were on ABC during some of the performance.
Oh wow!
And they never saw the person perform that they were on the. They apparently cut and copy pasted them in to that section of the video, enjoying the music.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Everything's fishy. I'm not a tinfoil hat wearing son of a whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's ridiculous. But to get back to me, because I was talking. No, you're fine. Okay. Yeah, you'll make it up to me later. But no, Saturday, another hot day, right?
Yeah.
We got there, we rope drop, and we were going to go to Gaston's Tavern. And we're like, oh, it opens at 9. We'll just hang out, go to the bathroom, no big deal. We get our stuff, cinnamon roll, LeFou's brew, all the stuff, right? And we were going to go over to, that's when we got our lightning lane, our virtual queue for Tron that morning. It was that morning again, we got that. And I go, oh, awesome. I can't wait to ride it again. This ride's legit. And you rode Tron, loved it, right?
Rode it about 4 or 5 times. Yeah.
Awesome, right? Awesome. I rode it 7 or 8 times.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. We rode the front of the last time we rode it, we did the front. And I legitimately had tears streaming down my face. And I had spit that went out because the wind caught my cheek. Yeah. I felt like I was gonna fall off like 2 or 3 times on the front row.
Nope. Okay. So you're advertising front row to anyone listening and or not watching, right?
No, you want to ride on the very back. You want to wait for the handicap seat. That's where you want to go because nobody wants to ride on the front row. I will ride on the front row. Abbott will ride on the front row. We'll take one for the team, but everybody else needs to be like way back.
No, I know you can request that. Did you request it or you just happen to be?
We requested the last one. Yeah.
Nice. Well, problem was Saturday. It was just that crowded.
Yeah.
It was way too crowded. And I did not anticipate it being that crowded on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was over the top. It was not enjoyable. It was very hot. I got to a point where I actually hit that wall.
Yeah.
I hit that wall and I went up to a magic maker or one of the PhotoPass photographers because they're magic makers.
Yeah.
And I said, and it was early on. It was probably about 9:30, 10. And there was, now I was back in like Fantasyland, right? I was walking from like Storybook Circus right there, getting towards the behind Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, right? Getting towards
like Ariel's
Tomorrowland.
Grotto type.
Exactly, right there, just past Ariel's Grotto. And I said, hey, the crowd, I know it's early, the crowds are kind of low. Is there a after hours party tonight? Because I said, I don't want to, tell you things you already know, but I saw online, but normally, not as many people come out at the park and, ride the rides because the park closes like 6 or 5, whatever. She looked at me like I stole her newspaper that morning, took a dump beside her while she was sleeping, and ensured that she stepped in it and laughed in her face and walked away. You would have thought that I inconvenienced her more than anybody. Like it was like my life's mission to annoy the hell out of her. She looked at me and she went, no, it's a normal day. Okay. And I went, oh. And I was actually, I was stunned. And I'm not a Chad, I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to go, excuse me, I paid blah, and you need to be, hey, I get it. We all have a bad day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is Disney World. And not just Disney World, it's the Magic Kingdom. Yeah. And not just the Magic Kingdom, we're in fucking Fantasyland.
Exactly.
Okay? And she kept it as real could be, and that's not what I paid for.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, wow. Okay. I mean, she looked at me, and I looked at her. Her face was completely blank, expressionless. She could give 0 fucks. Yeah. And she looks at me and she goes, no, there's no party tonight. It's a normal day. Okay. And I went, oh, wow.
Like you're an idiot.
Okay. Exactly. Treated me like I was some kind of absolute, hey, excuse me, ma'am, cast member, where's the closest doorknob for me to go hump for the next 5 hours? Is there one of those anywhere? Can you point me in the direction of a doorknob for me to go to town on?
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
The one from Alice in Wonderland, to be specific.
That would, it's got a mouth.
Yeah.
Hopefully no teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, went too far. But point being here, I looked at her and I said, oh, wow. And I was taken back. And Emily, they kind of walked ahead. And I went, oh, I said to her, oh, wow. Okay, well, I apparently not. Sorry to bother you. Okay. And I walked away. She didn't say anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, just stone cold. Wow. I mean, I was like, for absolute, I mean, come on. And that is my only bad experience. All in all, it was a good trip. It wasn't as great as the time we were back in 21 with the family.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that compares to you.
So, is this the segue for me to start explaining?
Understated as understated can get.
Okay. So, first and foremost, I'm going to say a couple of things before we get started. This is directed to listeners, whoever the hell wants to listen.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going.
Ooh.
I'm a member of the Annual Pass Holders group on Facebook.
Yep.
And I'm not a Karen. I'm not a Ken. I don't bitch and complain.
Chad.
Chad. Who cares? I'm not any of them. However, when somebody goes on there and asks a single question, a simple question, I don't need 10 or 15 fucks saying, oh, well, this, I don't need that. Don't be a fucking asshole.
Wow.
Disney's not supposed to be a bunch of assholes. And that Facebook group is nothing but assholes, save maybe 3 or 4 people. So Abbott and I have made a Facebook group where you can ask a question and not be freaking shunned for a question. Whether it be a simple question, one that's been asked 20 million times, or one that's never been asked before. I don't give a shit. We're going to answer it, and we're not going to shun you and be an asshole to you.
What is the name of the group again?
The Annual Pass Holder group on Facebook. annual pass holders Walt Disney World Resort. It's 301,000 members, and about 299,000 of them are straight dicks.
Wow.
And when I say dicks, I'm not going to say dicks. They're see you next Tuesdays.
Catch you.
At everybody.
Oh, wow. Now, what is the name of the group that
we started?
Yep.
Our group is called. Let's get it up. Here we go. That's what she said.
Excuse.
See all. Here we go. Disney Trip Questions and Helpful Facts. DVC Annual Pass Holders, First Timers. And it looks like this. We've got 8 members, and to be honest with you, 8 members. We have 8 members. There we go. We have 8 members, and each of those 8 members is not an asshole.
That's true. But yet again, it depends on the experience that you have at Disney. If you turn into said.
Yeah. So, and I have a list of who went at me and my.
Yep. Oh wow.
On it.
No.
I've screenshotted them, so if they ever try to join the group, I will reject them quicker. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I will reject them.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's
so,
it.
All right. So we drive down. We get down there. I checked in a week prior to us arriving because they said you check in, you can go straight to your room. We'll give you your number, or we'll give you your room number right around 11, 12 o'clock. Be perfectly fine. We're saying
they guarantee by. No, I was going to say they guarantee by. Is it 4 o'clock that your room's going to be ready? Right? Is
guaranteed by 4 o'clock that it's going to be ready?
That it will be ready. Yes.
My thing is, why check in early? Why check in early if it's not going to be ready before then?
True.
Every time we've been there, every time we've stayed in a resort, Pop Century, Art Animation.
Yep.
Actually, not Art Animation. I've never done that. But Pop Century, All-Star Movies, music, sports. Port Orleans. We've never waited more than 30, 45 minutes. Fantastic. All right. So we're at the Riviera. We're DVC members. We're annual pass holders. Not trying to brag or anything, but we've invested a bunch of money in Disney for the future. Well, we get in there, and I kid you not, we wait. We get there at 11:40. We don't get to our room. We are in the we're in the lobby until 3:15.
What?
I've got 2 small children.
Yeah.
That need to take a nap.
Sure.
We need to unpack. Wow. We have dinner reservations at 4.
Wow.
At Mama Melrose for Jollywood's that night.
Yep.
And all I see in the lobby are people. The cast members have their iPads, and they think they're more glorious than God, and they're like, just talking to each other. I don't give a fuck. Don't talk to each other. You're on the fucking clock.
Yep.
We're gonna be censored for this episode, and I don't give a shit. It's
or
what
not.
is the episode called?
It's called What the Fuck Disney.
Exactly. So, biggest thing is we waited and waited and waited. I keep going up there, and I'm like, listen, I've got 2 small children. They first of all need to take a nap. We need to feed them. We need to do a lot of things. We need to get changed for Jollywoods and for reservations.
Yep.
And I get met with a laugh.
What?
A cast member started giggling and laughing at me.
What? Oh my gosh.
And she was like, I'm so sorry. There's nothing that we can do. I'm like, okay, all right. So I send Wanda. Wanda goes up there. And she's meaning business. She goes to one of the cast members that have the iPads.
Yes.
And she's like, can you help me? Or the cast member says, can I help you? And she was like, I hope you can. When that happens, the woman, the not the woman, the girl that giggled and laughed at me,
Yeah.
went over to mom
Yep.
and said, "Oh, I've been taking care of her. I can take care of it." And mom was like, "No, you haven't done anything. Let this lady help me."
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So we get in. They said, "Oh, it's almost ready." We're in a
Yeah.
2-bedroom, not a good view. We're a
Yeah.
parking lot view, but 2-bedroom. It's 3:00, 3:15 when we
Yep.
get into the room. But we get 20 minutes after she talks to that one with the iPad, we get a room.
You've got to be kidding me.
So all we have time to do is get in there, change,
Yeah.
can't unpack, get
Yeah.
ready, and head on.
Damn.
So we go, and I have a double stroller, and we're dressed up. I'm in a tux for Jollywood's Nights.
Yep.
You were in a suit for Jollywood's Nights. My
Sure.
mom, wife, 2 girls, and my mother-in-law were all flappers, 1920s flappers.
Yep. They look great, by the way.
And there's a picture of Abbott.
They look.
My mom and
Oh, it was the picture of the week.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
My mom told a patient today she felt like a hooker because she sat on the corner most of the night. So with that being said, we get to the Skyliner, and usually you don't have to collapse your stroller to get on the Skyliner. A double stroller, you do.
Sure.
So we have to accommodate for that. And I go and I said, "Can I just tip it up and scoot it in? Because that way it's." And the little twerp was like, "Yeah, you got to collapse it." I'm like, "Okay, I'll collapse it, dude." We're the only ones in line. And he's looking at me like waiting for me to collapse. I'm like, I'm trying to get the kids out. I'm not going to collapse them with the kids in there.
Sure.
So collapse it. And I say a remark that I'm not real proud to say. I'm not going to repeat it.
Good. Let you know you can repeat it. You're not going to get flagged.
I said, when did Disney?
You may have alluded. I alluded.
I said, when did Disney become a bunch of Nazis?
Oh, okay. You're just gonna state it. Good.
I'll state it. I don't care.
Yep. What was the reaction? What was the reaction of the cast member when you made that statement?
It went over his head. I don't think he even heard it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Went straight over head.
Yeah.
So we get on there. Skyliner breaks down. It's 3:45. No, it's 3:50 when it's broken down. Reservations at 4:00. We get to the park at 4:00.
Yeah.
And I take off running.
Wow.
We get in the park.
No.
The girls are pushing the stroller.
Yes.
I take off running. I get to Birdie, the dinosaur.
Yes.
Or right at 50's Primetime Cafe.
Yeah.
Bottom drops.
Oh shit.
So I'm running.
Yep.
I'm running in a tux.
Yep.
And I look like James Bond or somebody running with my hair slicked back, and I'm soaked. Looks like a Davenport commercial, the cologne commercial. Well, get there. They couldn't have been any nicer. Mama Melrose, the staff was fantastic.
That's great.
So we eat there. It's fun. Then comes Jollywood's Night. And you can add to Jollywood's Night.
Oh, do I have some things? Yet again, I did some foreshadowing initially talking about, we've had some time to process. Hindsight's 2020. We did not get to. Now we did not experience what I saw, the initial, because it was an absolute cluster for people trying to get in. Because not only did they give you a lanyard,
hold on.
Right?
They gave you this.
Yeah, they give you a lanyard, which I thought was the official ticket or to get past whatever checkpoint that cast member is going to that's it. Yeah, you've got it right there. Yeah, you've got your lanyard. I've got mine in the drawer as a keepsake, but that's all it is. It didn't do anything else. They
gave you coasters, 2 bamboo coasters.
They did give you 2 bamboo coasters, which they're still in the box, and I'm still salty from that. All these flavors, and yes, I did choose salty. I did. Yeah. No, I'm telling you something. It was all about the wristband. Why I get the lanyard? Is that like a VIP thing? Is that to kind of make me feel like a celebrity?
I'm glad we got the lanyard. The VIP, the little bracelet thing.
The bracelet thing, like, show me your bracelet. And they were.
What bracelet thing?
You didn't wear a green bracelet?
We didn't get green bracelet.
You didn't get a green. They gave us a green bracelet. I don't know if they gave that to you after a certain time.
Oh no, we did. We did, but it was.
Yeah, I was about to say you probably
just. It wasn't a big time bracelet.
No, it was subtle. It was discreet. You could barely. It was dark. It was green. That was the color of the darkest green of your hat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the only way that we could make it through whatever zone, the different checkpoints.
Yeah, because we had to go through it to go to Rock and Roller Coaster, which I rode.
Yeah, for the first time, back to back.
And it's my favorite ride now.
It has to be. Because that corkscrew, I forgot about it. And when we went inverted, I'd only read it one time before then, so I kind of forgot what it was like. I knew the loop-de-loop was at the beginning, but I totally forgot about this corkscrew, and I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
But it is a good ride.
It's
a good ride.
It is.
But Jollywood Nights outside, yes, you walk in, you see the neat little Jollywood Nights sign. We didn't get there till I didn't even see that. You didn't see that? Well, you're already in the park. They put that out after, I guess, because the party didn't start until what, 8:30?
8:30.
8:30. Yeah. And you couldn't officially. You already had a reservation to go in earlier. You're an annual pass holder, so you can go in after 2, whatever park, whenever you want.
Yeah.
Right. So yet again, food reservation, annual pass holder, you're fine. Go. Your kids are under 2. Go. Have fun. 2 and under. Yeah. We didn't have a park reservation. We went from dinner at Cinderella's Royal Table at Magic Kingdom, skipped all the fireworks, jump on the bus, get back to French Quarter, and we made it maybe about 8:30, 8:45.
Yeah.
And getting in was not a big deal. Maybe 10, 20 people in front of us, and they had quite a few number of cast members helping out, but even they seemed a little confused as to what
we asked cast members, and they were like, "Oh, I have no clue."
Yep.
This is Disney. You're supposed to be polished. You're supposed to know what y'all are doing.
It should have been rehearsed. It should have been this. But yet again, I knew about the shows. I wanted to have fun with that, but they were so spread out.
Yeah.
From what I've come to understand. And yet again, Em said to me, because of the bad experience that we had on Friday, she says to me, "Hey, look at this. A bunch of stars. And the lines were way too long. The character meet and greets, you only had 4 or 5. They only advertised
for the first night. Yeah,
the first night they only advertised Phineas and Ferb. Great.
Excuse me.
And then who was another rare meet and greet?
Chip and Dale, Powerline Max.
Powerline Max, and that was essential. At the Moan, but she's always there.
Freeze, the fruit,
Frozone. I did see them. I saw them after we rode. We did Toy Story Mania.
And then the other characters like Minnie, Mickey, Goofy, Donald, Pluto, but they were at the animation. They're at the animation Disney Junior place.
Got you. Going to a Star Wars launch bay.
Yeah.
In that area behind the Chinese theater. There was no advertising outside of a map.
Yeah. Nothing.
Outside of a map. There was no advertising.
The map didn't even really have the characters. I knew where the characters were because we'd watched watched stuff before.
Gotcha.
But if you were going in blind, not research,
that was us. We wanted to go in thinking we were going to have a great experience, thinking that, and we saw the sign. There was a really cool sign with a gingerbread man that said, Hollywood Studios Jollywood Nights, and Em said we got to make it a point to get a picture in front of that before we leave. We walk in, we're going down, Hollywood Boulevard. We walk in the park. We were just there the day before, and we were looking forward to lower crowds, which it was the case, especially, getting on rides.
Yeah.
But there was some fake snow for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got there, we ran into y'all, hung out with y'all. Marco was there hanging out as well.
Yep.
Shout out Once Upon a Veteran. Had a great time with him. We met him the day before and hung out for a little bit, good 30, 45 minutes, walking, talking before we hung out at Jollywood Nights the next night, which we're talking about now. Beyond long lines trying to get a drink and just hurrying up to wait, I had no idea what the menu was.
Yeah.
I heard that the experience, the whatever lounge at The Brown Derby, the Hollywood Brown
The
Derby
queue was down.
was an absolute, it was a shit show. The Tip
Tower
Top
of
Club,
Terror.
Tower of Terror. Yeah, I wanted to go to the Tip Top Club, and
There was only one bartender.
Yep. And all that, I just kind of went, it just did not, I was not motivated to do any of the things that were associated with the actual party itself. The only thing I wanted to do based on my experience the day before was just ride the rides. And that's not the point.
I'll tell you another thing.
Yeah.
So it was great seeing Once Upon a Veteran. It was great hanging out with you, Marco.
Oh gosh.
Marco told me that DJ Khaled was actually there.
Oh, wow.
DJ Khaled, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was on the Disney special. But he was there that night because that's when they were filming his little scenes for the Disney special.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He'd never been to Hollywood Studios, and he never ridden not Guardians, but Star Wars, Slinky Dog.
Yep.
He hadn't ridden any of that stuff. Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. So we all passed him. So that's another thing. It was blocked off for him too.
Wow.
But no, I mean, talking about who we saw, I saw the Lost Brothers, the Lost Bros, the T-shirt company. Yeah. Saw them walking. They were super nice. It was nice to see them. My wife ran into Pagey Mr. Morrow.
Yep.
Didn't know who he was. She didn't know who he was. And then later in the week, we ran into him at Epcot on our VIP tour, which is
so. Where were you when you ran into him? Just walking, and then went, "Oh, you're him."
We were leaving Epcot.
Yes.
We were leaving Epcot, going to Hollywood Studios, and it rained 5 out of 7 days for us. I'll go ahead and say it.
I'm not trying to laugh.
It rained 5 out of 7 days, and of those 5 days, I would say 3.5 to 4 of them was a downpour, a steady rain all day long. Did not let up, didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we met him going to, where was it? We were coming out of Figment.
It looked, I was about to say, it looked like
Figment and
Journey to Imagination. Yeah.
We met him coming because we left there and went back way, and so we went there, which was cool. He was really nice. But
he talked to you for a little bit.
Talked to us for a little bit, and I told him about the podcast and everything, and I explained to everybody who he was, and he has the shirts that we wear and stuff like that.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Jollywood, it sucked. It really did. I'll just go back.
Big old fat L. Fat zero.
It sucked. The cast members for us already in the parks, we had to go. Nobody knew where to go. And we finally saw like 75 to 100 people start walking a certain way. And we're like, let's just follow them.
Yep.
So we finally went and we found it. And I kid you not, the line there was not bad. That was the most probably put together thing of everything, of all of
this. When you initially were trying to get your wristband, because I heard that took up to 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
I heard people trying to get in the park initially.
Yeah,
because that was an absolute cluster.
Yeah,
from what I heard, reviews online.
Yeah, so that was. It was bad.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and tell you, they have made it better for the people. The Lost Bros went again last night, and I saw them on Instagram.
Yep.
And they said there were no crowds, which to
me, no one wants to go. No one wants to go.
Yeah. But based on
the initial experience,
they got all these characters that are they're making up for it. But I wrote a letter. My mother and myself, we composed a letter, and we sent it to the vice president of Disney World, and we got a refund of our money for our tickets.
Yeah.
We'd heard that they were going to be doing that, and Abbott's probably going to be doing that now.
Guaranteed.
I mean, it's $180 per ticket.
Yep.
It's not like it's $20. If it was $20, I'd say, okay, it's a learning experience.
Yep.
Not a problem. $180, that's a park ticket.
That's more than a park ticket.
There you go. It's more than a park ticket.
That can be more than a park ticket based on the season. I'm not trying to nitpick, but I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
If you're going to break it down, it can be.
So
there was the only positive that I took from it, but yet again, Em's not gonna. It's not that she's not gonna. Emily's not gonna admit things to me, my wife. But she goes, at least we got to ride rides. And I said, that's because of the shit experience we had the day before, because they oversold the damn tickets for the entire park in Genie Plus. I said, I didn't pay an extra admission for just to ride Slinky Dog Dash with a 30-minute wait, and then ride back-to-back time to go ride twice, because I'm going to get into it. Smuggler's Run, fly the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And then and right before the bottom fell out, right? And right before the damn bottom fell out.
We had left after that.
You had left?
We had left because we did Slinky Dog.
We did Slinky Dog and then Toy Story Mania, and that's where we parted ways.
We parted ways. Is that
when y'all left?
Because we left. Yeah. We picked them up and left. We picked up the grandmas and the kids and took off.
Well, after that, we went to Baseline Tap House.
Yeah.
Because we were like, it was only 11:30. It was like, we have, or 11 o'clock, we have an hour and a half. We're still waiting on the callback for Rise of the Resistance. At least we had that. Yeah. And I had the beer Rita, their specialty, and the food that I was actually able to sample at least one of the stations that was not advertised. Went to Baseline Tap House and we discovered, they have a shark. They had some oh gosh, I can't think of it. It wasn't shark. I keep thinking charcuterie board, but they had ceviche, some kind of little ceviche dish with tuna and shrimp, and they had another miniature. I can't remember what it was, but it was good.
I think it was the Latin America. That was the part.
We did walk through the Latin America part. We did by ABC Commissary.
Yeah,
and they did have like a DJ, and they had a woman kind of singing, but it was. Definitely, there are a few stations where there were musicians, where they should have had musicians, and they were abandoned.
Yeah.
There was no entertainment. I heard no music.
It was legitimately like...
It was dead.
Amateur hour.
Yeah.
Disney.
It was dead. I did see Frozone from a distance when we went up because after we met with y'all, we went up to that little snack bar beside the Pixar area where Frozone is and Edna Mode behind the Chinese Theater, and we got our two little old fashions, and those were good, like a gingerbread old fashioned. The drinks were good that we actually tried.
Yeah.
We double fisted. That's what she said. Yet again, we were at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway with them.
You had to make the most of your night.
Oh, exactly. And the drinks were reasonably priced, but the lines were way too long.
Yeah.
To get food and drink, the lines were way too long. And to stumble upon that is not what you want.
Yeah, no.
You need to have cast members going, hey, over here is blah, blah, blah. Have a menu. Have something a little more visual. Give me something to entice me instead of me just randomly just going, oh, there's something over here. Let me just try that. You want to incentivize people, advertise it better. And I'm not saying spend more money, Disney, do better. But actually, Disney, spend more money, do better. Because we spent a whole hell. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so tongue-tied because I'm upset. Whole hell of a lot of money for that one.
Yeah.
But we rode Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. Luckily, that didn't break down. Went to Baseline Tap House. Met some really cool people. Met Brian's Travels.
Yeah.
And he has a really cool... They have these awesome sequined, super shiny blazers. You saw that picture? I met them. And they've got a huge following on Instagram. Getting up to 100,000. Met them. And they do a lot of... hotel reviews, food reviews around Orlando, and they travel the country, going to different, not just Disney parks, but just hotels in general. They do more travel leisure, right? And they do a good job of kind of do like a little deep dive, finding out who they were. Super nice guys, could not be nicer. And we kind of shared a beer with them, commiserated because they shared our thoughts and feelings.
Yeah,
and they said, "Yeah, we paid for this. We have no funding for this, no sponsor. This is bullshit."
Yeah,
they said that, or like. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
But Emily and I were sitting there and we went, at least we have Rise of the Resistance to bank upon. Even when the rain started pouring and right about 11:45, 11:30, we're still there. We're still waiting. We did not. We kept looking at the app, the My Disney Experience app, and looking at the map. It said temporarily shut down.
Yeah.
The entire night. Never got to ride it. And to add insult to injury, I got woken up on a notification on my damn phone that said, your virtual queue callback is ready.
What time was that?
2 a.m.
We got ours at 12:30.
We got ours at 2 a.m. I went, fuck you, Disney. Fuck you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I was, and it's not going to take away my love for going to the parks, because you are thinking about, I think you were, but we have booked, at least we have booked our next vacation, right? And we are going over the top. It's just adult Disney for me and em, and we're going to the beach club.
Yeah.
Right across from the boardwalk, because we're doing that 10-miler. The Hakuna Matata 10-miler.
You're going to the beach club?
Yeah, we're doing beach club.
I thought you said you were doing Caribbean beach.
No, we're beach club.
Well, never mind.
We're not Caribbean beach. We're tired of the moderate resorts. We wanted to ride your coattails and do something like the Riviera. Oh, I don't want to hear it. Mr. Captain Riviera. Yeah, said it again, Captain Riviera. Hop aboard, everyone. If you look towards the sky, people will think you don't care about them because they're lesser than us. We're staying at Caribbean Beach, and we're talking about the parks we want to go to. We have a good idea what we're going to do, because we're only doing, at least the initial plan now is just do 2 days in the parks.
Which parks?
We're going to do the ones closest by. We're going to do Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Okay.
The ones closest by, because I mean, we can walk or take a boat.
You're not gonna do Magic Kingdom?
No. We always do Magic Kingdom. We always.
What if you were to get in a VIP tour that did Magic Kingdom and Epcot and Hollywood Studios all in a day?
So how does that work? I mean, I know how it works, but I don't know how it works.
You have to have
if
you have a hopper.
Yes.
You can do it.
You already have to have the reserve.
Look, it looks like I'm flicking you off.
It's too late. You probably already did.
Yeah, no.
I do that constantly.
You have to have, so there are going to be no reservations for
correct
come January.
Yep.
You will get picked up at your hotel.
Yep.
And you get taken behind scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
That's it. The way that we look at it is, it's not a cost thing, because I mean, we could do the park hopper, try to ride as many rides as possible, but that's not our agenda. We want to take in, like, drinking around the world experience.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
That's fine. But I'm just saying, if
you
had an experience, you had an opportunity to join a VIP tour that was already in existence.
Sure. That would be a hard thing to turn down.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That would be stupid. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, based on what we're accustomed to.
Yeah.
Based on previous history.
Yeah.
Recent history.
Well,
we are our days are going to be April 17th through the 22nd. That Wednesday drive down Wednesday, come back Monday. Yep. That's what we're planning on. So we're gonna up the ante, do a little hopefully by then, because I know Disney's not gonna hear this at all. But we want to do better, and we will do better. But I will be remiss if my daughter, and I told her to do this. The last time we went to Animal Kingdom was the second park we went to, because I said we have to do some of those. Go for it.
No, go. No,
I was gonna say we have to do some of those. Oh gosh, those carnival games, right? We have to do some of the. Yep, that's it. We have to do the carnival games. Can I tell you something?
Not either anymore.
Exactly. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, these are not the Dino Institute.
I got the Mickey and the Minnie.
We've got the Mickey and the Minnie. We have one of the dinosaurs that has the.
No,
there's a dinosaur. Yeah.
You asshole.
Yeah, we got that as well. So these are going to be collector's items. I tried to explain that to my daughter. She had no clue. Anything that has the Dino Institute is going to be a collector's item. is going to be worth bank. 20 years, give me a break. It's going to be a relic. Something from the past. So there, Parker, there he is in all his glory. He has made his YouTube debut. It says the Dino Institute. Can't read the text on the bottom, but of course on the foot it says Animal Kingdom. What's up?
Yeah.
See, you're way ahead of me. Yep. Should have. I didn't think about it. Should have, would have, could have.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We spent them all, and I did buy more, and I'm gonna.
I won those 2 in the first 2 tickets. I bought 6 tickets, and I won those 2 in the first 2 tickets. I'm like, let's just see what else I can win.
Did you go up against your daughter? Because it was only my kids, and then Mason, Parker, and Mason's the athletic one, but Parker kept beating him. She beat him like 3 times in a row. She's like, I want that. I'll take that. And I went and Mason was back.
I went up against the child, not from the United States, that had a hearing aid and it looked like a cochlear implant.
A cochlear, yeah.
And he looked to be like about 7 years old.
Jesus Christ! Did you
do
this? You didn't do the CM Punk?
I'm 3/4. I'm 3/4 of the way. I'm 3/4 of the way done with the rolling of the ball game.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I look over and he's having a hard time doing it, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like an absolute tool bag. But I'm like, I'm winning this for my daughters. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be that dick, but I'm gonna win it for my daughters. All of a sudden, I see his father push him out the way and start.
Yes, that's it. Get the fuck out of the way, kid. You barely.
I barely beat him.
That makes it worth it. Okay, that justifies.
And then I shot a basketball and won.
Yep.
Yeah.
Parker Mason is my athletic one, as you know.
Yeah.
Parker kept beating him. Did the water one? She made one shot. Mason could not hit a basket because he was getting frustrated. It's like, oh, I'm better at this, and I'm like, I know you are, but she made the shot. She's getting lucky. She won 3 games in a row, and that's when we were out of tickets. And Mason was just torn up, like he was. And I snuck over. I said, "Oh, I went over to him." I was like, "Yeah, he's got to win something." She's like, "Well, you know what? It's something he needs to learn." I'm like, "No."
Yeah, Emily.
This is
job,
Disney.
Emily.
Way to go, Em. I said no. So I contrived it, and we did the water game one more time, me and Mace, right?
And he beat me.
He beat me fair and square. And he walked away, and of course he got the lame dinosaur with the boxing gloves that has no indication that it's from Disney. The one that doesn't have the Dino Institute, the one that I was like, no, because we got the other dinosaur.
Yeah.
That has blah, blah, blah. And that's whatever kid's room. That's fine. We have Mickey, Minnie, and that. We have 4 of them, right? We have this one. And I told Parker, why don't you let me hold on to this one? I'll put it in my office at work.
Yeah.
I'll put it on display. She goes, no. That's funny, Daddy. It's mine.
Oh, I asked Wellesley, I said, do you want Minnie or Mickey? She said Minnie. I want Charlie to have Minnie or Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. So they play with them, but this one has been in the floor at the house in the basement for 3 days.
Gosh.
And so with that, I'm taking it back.
I don't blame you. Parker like curates these things.
Yeah.
And she's still up at 11 o'clock at night. She's got to get up at 6. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, let me go through real quick my list of stuff. And it's going to be pretty quick. So problems that we encountered.
Sure.
So many nasty cast members.
Mm.
And that comes back to the age. The younger generation sucks. Yeah. And I'm a part of a younger generation, but the one that is there right now, they are very entitled.
Yeah.
They act like you don't even exist and don't matter at all. And you're the ones that are actually paying for them and their jobs, really.
It's almost like the only experience they have at the parks is going to be their job.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but you know how that is.
Yeah.
Love you. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Love you. Yep.
One of those rude cast members was in Hollywood Studios at Disney Junior, the meet and greet with Dr. Stuffins and Pluto and other characters, and a woman with a baby in a stroller. But mind you, it's pouring down rain. She was standing at a door, and it was a door that said cast members, and then 5 feet away was another door that said cast members. So two exit doors. She was standing right beside, like in the middle. Two cast members pushed the door open, and then one of the cast members proceeded to tell the lady she had to move out the way. She tried to explain that she was trying to keep her baby dry since the weather was horrendous and it was pouring.
Sure.
Cast member, and I included this in my letter, had glasses, tall, short brown, Julius Caesar haircut. He looked like a friend. He looked like I could have bent him over my back and snapped him with a wig. Kept on telling her that she had to move and to get out the way, that they had to get in there, that it was a cast member walkway for employees, not visitors. Kept yelling at her to move. And when she was finally belittled enough, she left the area. But he said, I don't care if it's raining or not. Get out the way.
Wow. Verbatim.
Wow.
Holy
and then he went towards behind Disney Junior. And I'm like, if I wouldn't get in trouble, I would go over and say something to you. Then the second one,
more than that.
Yeah. Then the second one is at the Skyliner.
Yep.
And it was regarding a white line and a 2-year-old.
Okay.
2-year-old was with his parents, and this was going over the last night of. This was at the Riviera going over to Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
The little 2-year-old had his foot on the line, and the cast member said, the cast member looked at him and screamed and yelled at the 2-year-old.
What?
Because the 2-year-old had his foot on the white line, and she told his father and mother, control him, get him back behind the line. I don't care what you have to do. And then looked at him and said, get back. I'm like,
you've got to be kidding me. How in the world?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see what else. Felt like cast members were just standing around talking to everyone instead of helping guest customers. They were talking.
I did notice that. I did notice a lot more of that this time around. It's not that I went out of my way because I had nothing to compare it to, because I've always had an incredible experience, an exemplary experience.
Yeah.
And I did notice a lot of the jocularity, so to speak.
Yeah. Like
the hanging out. We're just here.
Yeah.
Could care less.
And I understand that the Disney College. I understand Disney College.
That's a good. At least with the rides. At least with the rides.
I understand their training and everything.
Yeah.
I understand it. Completely fine with that. But these were people that were actually cast members. They weren't in the college program. But I'm gonna keep going because it's late and we both have to work. Last one, or not last one, but we went to Hollywood Studios our last night there to see Fantasmic. Just be turned away at the front gate since the park closed at 9 p.m. That's my fault. I didn't read that it was 9 p.m. But we went. We got stuck on. I called you right before we were getting off. We got stuck on Skyliner. It was raining.
Yep.
And we go through. Security lets us through.
Yep.
They're not frisk us, but they do everything.
Sure. Their job.
They do their job. And I had a moment where he wanted to take something off the stroller. I said, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, we're in a hurry. I haven't taken it off this entire time, and I'm not going to take it off for you right now.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what to do. And he was like, okay, we're the last 6 people in the park.
Yeah.
Through security. They closed security down as soon as we got through there.
Right.
We go to enter the park, and we were told everybody was coming out. We were told it was shut down. And I look at the guy. I'm like, can you just please go ask somebody, because we've traveled here. It's our last night. I pulled a Clark Griswold, Wally World, and I went off.
Yep.
He said, sorry, can't do anything. And I dropped some bombs.
Yep.
In the park, and I went and I said, I'm gonna go talk to this lady. Went over, talked to her, and I told her, I was like, listen, I'm investing in Disney. I have 2 DVC contracts, annual pass holder. Our
Mhm.
last night, I said my 2 daughters, one of them can talk, the other one can't, but I know they both want to see this show.
Yep. Way to put it.
Way to
Way
put
to
it.
sell it.
Yeah.
Way to put it.
And so she was from West Virginia. She was actually from 20 minutes from my dad's
Oh wow.
hometown.
I mean,
So
it can't hurt.
That's
Can't
massive.
hurt. Yeah.
So she let us in.
Wow.
She opened up one of the gates and
Yep.
scanned our badges or scanned our magic bands, let us
Yep.
in. We were the last ones in. We got to Fantastic at 9:40. It started at
Wow.
9:30. But I told her, I said, why is Fantastic at 9:30 if the park closed at 9?
Yep.
Why were we let it through security at 9:15 when the park closed?
Yes. True.
It's my fault that I didn't read when the park closed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's an assumption.
Going
Parks,
forward.
something's open.
Yeah.
Park should be open, but it wasn't. So going back, we were let in. So she was fantastic. Her name was Lorna. Lorna, if you're listening,
Lorna.
probably not, but Lorna, you were a godsend. You were fantastic.
We appreciate you.
Yes. Good experiences. VIP. So cast members, VIP tour guide was DeQuinn. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
Love Aussie Dave. He is no longer a tour guide.
Yes.
DeQuinn is top notch.
Nice.
When we go back and we do a VIP again, he's going to be our guy.
Can you request when you do VIP? Yes. You can.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And
nice.
he actually wrote us a handwritten letter.
Yeah.
Thank you. After we got back and we got in the mail this week.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So
that's awesome.
He made sure our day was magical. Second was Lorna. Hollywood Studios went above and beyond. The third was our mini van driver, Bailey. He was in the college program, and he made the magic happen again. Between him and DeQuinn and Lorna, those were the 3 that really went above and beyond. Bus driver Jimmy, who has a Google story about him. He's a very famous bus driver down there. Bus driver Jimmy. He was fantastic as well. And then my mom got off the phone with Emily, who's the manager at the Riviera, and she made it right for us, which is nice. But the other things I will say, final straw that we had was 2 things. Very Merry Christmas party. We went to it.
Yes.
They did not tell. Nobody knew what they were doing there either.
Really?
Like Hollywood's 2.0.
No. Was it the first night or no? It couldn't have been the first night.
It's like 6th night or something like that.
You got to be kidding me.
We didn't. They said go to the places that have the candy cane lights. It's the same thing as Halloween.
Okay.
We tried to find them. Nobody knew where they were. The maps had no. They just had them there. You didn't say where they were, because the Halloween party shows where they were, shows what characters were where and where to meet them. Mickey's Very Merry didn't have anything, so you had to guess where characters were. Yeah. The grandmas got stuck in the castle in a stroller brigade.
Oh my god!
Very scary incident that happened.
Yeah.
And it was 8 strollers that were stuck. They were one of them, and they got to be friends with the rest of the strollers, but nobody moved to let them through. The fireworks happened.
Yeah.
But if something had happened, if there was a fire or somebody had screamed gun or bomb or anything like that, it would have been a trampoline incident.
Ooh.
So that's another thing that was bad.
Yeah. Huge hazard.
None of the rides worked properly. Close the park down for a freaking month and get them straight.
Yeah. So what was that? What was that? Let me guess. Space Mountain.
Space Mountain broke as soon as we were doing the decline, ending the ride. Remy's, Ratatouille.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Dopey took off Snow White's hand.
I did see that.
You have a drunk guy in Disneyland who is.
We got streakers.
Yeah,
we got guys stripping.
It's a small world.
Yeah, it's a small world.
Haunted Mansion broke on us.
That happens. Now that will stop temporarily. The past 3 times I've ridden it. Now I've never been evac'd.
We stopped at the.
You do stop.
We stopped at the dining room scene.
Yep. has happened to me. That happened last time. Yep. That's it.
Cool.
That's almost expected in my mind. And to me,
Um,
that's okay. I don't have an issue with that. The one thing I have an issue with is we paid. Now, it was not the 180, but it was about 125, 130 for the after hours party.
Yeah.
I told you about it at Magic Kingdom. That went from 8:30 to 1:30. That was not worth the price of admission. Now, yes, you could have X number of Mickey Premium bars. You could have as many Cokes as you want. All the boxes of popcorn you could ever want and eat. And it's not that like my body's a temple kind of situation, but at the same time, you got to give me some more options.
Yeah.
Give me a damn break.
Yeah.
And also, Space Mountain did not run until 11. No. 12:30.
Yeah.
12:30, 12:45. And it was a 45, 30-minute wait. And we were so damn tired that the last ride we rode was, yet again, the Armed Bandit, Dopey himself, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah.
We rode that. That took, it advertised 30 minutes, 45 minutes. 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on trying to buy a Lightning Lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or anything. Because not only when I bought the Lightning Lane for, now I've never had a problem with Flight of Passage. We bought the Lightning Lane for that. That ride has always been stellar.
Yeah.
Never had a problem with that shutting down. That's fine. But the queue for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind,
that shut down too.
That shut down too.
Yeah.
That was not running.
Yeah.
They just walked you right through. We were one of the first boarding groups of the day on that Wednesday when we went of our trip. Just went on, and we did the virtual queue. And we were going to buy it again. I was like, I love the ride, but we just didn't bother buying the Lightning Lane for it later in the day.
We did the queue. First time doing the queue on anything, which was really cool. We did the queue, and we did the queue for Caitlin, myself, and two moms. So 2 grandmas. And we figured, we'll take your bands. Yeah. We're like, we'll take your bands. We'll ride twice.
Yeah.
It shut down halfway through. And so, So we had to, So we couldn't do it. But the thing is, we did Space Mountain twice in 10 minutes. They would not allow us. Nobody was in Space Mountain. It was just the cast members, and it was us. It was our training. So it was like 6 months. And they would not allow us to stay in the car and ride again. We had to get up, get out, go all the way around, do the whole maze again. They used to let you do it.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation 2 years ago when we rode. It was late at night. It was our last night. It was raining. Yeah. That whole day. The one day, I can feel your pain. We had that one day, this complete monsoon.
Yeah.
And they let us ride it 3 times in a row. There was no line. They just did this. They spun their finger like, just keep going. Yeah. And we just went, yes, go, go, go. We were so excited. Yeah. That kind of magic. Come on, man. Yeah. That's worth the price of admission and then some.
Exactly. The other thing that really was bad was last night there, we went to get cups. We got our drink cups like we normally do.
Yeah.
We got them on Wednesday instead of Monday or instead of Saturday like we normally do, but we had a busy Saturday, so we didn't.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So we got them Wednesday. We left Saturday. Saturday we go to fill up our drinks right before bed just to have something to drink.
Yep.
The food place is shut down at the Riviera. They say you got to go to Bar Riva, which is outside. It's outside pool bar.
Yes.
The bartender's putting away all the mixed drinks, all the alcohol.
Yeah.
I go and put my drink to the machine, get ice, put it down, press the button. It says you have no refills left. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? We had refills left until the 27th, it said.
Wow.
And then we couldn't get a drink. So we go up. The bartender didn't know how to do it, didn't know how to work it. We go up to the lobby and we're walking, and one of the managers, night managers, said, "Can I get you a drink?" And I'm like, "No, it's beyond that right now. Beyond that." Going back, also, we got locked out of the Riviera, scanning our magic bands back in. It would not allow us back in.
Whoa.
And finally, that's a safety hazard. We
Yeah,
talked about
big
this
time.
big time. There's water
Incredible.
around. If a kid had done that, who knows? Could have fallen in the water,
Whoa.
wandering
Oh,
around.
no.
Well, we had enough, and my mom just unleashed on the guy. And the guy said, "Well, I hope you have a magical night," and just a smart ass, and chuckled about it.
Wow.
Well, that is the biggest thing. Is this: if you're spending enough money,
Yeah.
to go to Europe for a freaking month, because that's
Yeah.
what Disney is about. You can go to Europe for about 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be like, come on now, like you expect to be more magically treated, or treated a little bit more magically. It just, it's gotten to be a lot of rudeness, a lot of entitlement. Nobody's going to want to go back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
People are always going to want to go to Disney World, but I think they have finally figured out it's not the same, and they need to.
It is not.
They need to figure it out, because if they don't, Universal's going to take it over. And we talked about it. Could it be a part of Bob Chapek or Bob Paycheck's part of his regime that's still going on?
Yep.
I don't know. The person I want to see get Iger's job is the guy who is Epcot's president.
Who is that again? Is that one of the guys you met?
Yes.
In the Riviera?
Yes.
Yep. I know who you're talking about. He kind of worked his way up from the bottom to the top.
Jeff Vale.
Okay.
I think Jeff Volley or whatever. I think he was the most personal person in the world. He reminded me a lot of Walt Disney characteristics.
Oh, wow.
Like, I think he would be fantastic. If we get Josh tomorrow, no offense to Josh tomorrow, but I think it's just another Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, all about the money, and nothing else.
He's pushing the fact he's pushing. He's like, we're all in on Indiana Jones. We're all in on this experience.
Yeah. It's got to be more about the experiences, the magic,
marketing of,
and not the money. They're making hand over fist money. They keep raising prices, and you still have people breaking the doors down to go. Like, give me a freaking break.
Yeah, that you're not wrong. The parks are what keep the entire company afloat because they're bleeding money. Disney Plus isn't making money.
No,
movies are just bleeding. That division is just hemorrhaging money.
Yeah,
Walt
Disney would look like the guy in the first scene of the Haunted Mansion hanging himself if he could see the company today.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. You know, and the fact that it goes right back to, the fact that he looks at the pure continuity of theming in Epcot. Moana, Frozen.
Doesn't make sense.
Ratatouille.
I mean, those Frozen and Ratatouille, I understand, but Moana, why?
Given the countries, I know.
Moana, Animal Kingdom.
Well, common sense. There's nothing common about common sense.
Yeah, no.
You can never make an assumption about that.
No.
But I don't know. I could keep going. There's way too much to commiserate, rant about, get into. But I think this was your time to shine, and you took it and ran with it.
I just want to say one more thing.
Go for it.
Before we leave.
Sure.
And this is my sign off for tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at listeners. Looking into your souls. Be nice. Kindness goes a long way in this world today. Not many people are kind, and that's what the world needs more of. What the world needs more is love and kindness. Stop being a freaking asshole. Those of you who are assholes, stop being them. Be kind. Everybody is different. That's what makes this world a perfect and beautiful place. Simple.
Very true. And with that, I have nothing to add because you pretty much summed it up. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
Tip of the cap to that, but we definitely have some things working in the background. We are going to try and go international with our guests.
Yep.
I have some ideas. I have not disclosed with you, there are a couple of not new podcasts, but established podcasts that I think that we are going to start interacting with.
Sweet.
Okay. One may be Ear Scouts. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. Ear Scouts could be potential. And then we're looking at Disney lists.
Yeah.
But
and I'll also say this too. Thank you to my Dream Ears for the ears. We wore them in the parks, wore them all over the place.
Yes.
We tried to snap as many pictures as we could.
Yep.
But unfortunately, with the weather like it was, we could only get a couple here and there. But yeah, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, those are really cool." Put them on my daughter Charlie. She's wearing a plagiocephaly helmet to reshape her head, and put them on that, and she looked like I'll say it. She looked like Dopey from the Seven Doors, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so cute." Yeah. It was probably the Dream Ears, nothing else.
The geodesic, because we spent a whole day wearing them at Epcot and took way too many pictures. Between my daughter and I, we wore them, and we got the whole crew wearing them, and we did wear them in different parks. But the way that we truly sold it was with the geodesic ears at Epcot, and I could not count the number of compliments because I wore the Epcot shirt, the limited edition, geodesic shirt, so to speak.
Yeah.
People were not fawning, but I got more looks, more like, what is that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was an absolute head turner.
Yep.
So my Dream Ears, thank you so much for supporting us.
Yes.
Giving us that opportunity to show off what you advertise, what you sell, because it is magic.
Our next trip, whenever that may be, and I know Abbott's is in April, we will be sporting the Dream Ears.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. We're all in on Dream Ears, and we appreciate them supporting us.
Yes.
And we support them. And going forward, we definitely have some fun things in the works, some 2.0s with some old guests that I have been thinking about, that I've been reaching out to, things that I have not talked to you about, but we definitely have some things happening, some things cooking.
Yeah.
And
and we're gonna be doing some more. We're gonna be doing some more giveaways for these things right here.
There you go.
I have a bunch of them, and they're not gonna be put to use with me. So yeah, we'd love to do some giveaways.
It'll be interesting to see if they retain Jollywood Nights going forward.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
It will.
I would make an assumption they would, but at the same time, what we have is, we'll see if it's unique, at least the takeaways. But given all that, Taylor, appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Same to you. We'll pick it up next time. All right, man?
Yes. Good seeing you.
Hey, good to see you, man. Later.